Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3 and the Black Ice UK campaign. And where we left off, it was 1943 and I'd gone on a major sci-fi rant. I've pulled all of my troops out of Italy and, well, I'll just go over sort of a bit of a rundown of the world. So we still have no supply issue, no pushing issues from the Japanese. We've effectively held them in place, and I think they're probably suffering some supply issues, which is part of the reason why we're able to defend along here so easily. I've moved all of our submarines north to Kula Belate, and I'm using them for some convoy raiding over here, although we are being, it looks like, air power is a bit telling over here, but yeah, not too bad. We're still holding our defensive wall all along this island chain, so the Dutch East Indies, and then up into Thailand and Malaya. This whole defensive line is still holding very nicely, and the only place where the Japanese have made any progress is actually down here in an area that's actually meant to be defended by the Australians. But they've done a pretty shit job of defending it, so that is a little bit unfortunate, and I'm also having real supply issues here for some strange reason. But moving on, we'll have a look at diplomacy. So as you can see, pretty much all of the free world is, including Hungary? Interesting. The Hungarians have joined us. I had no idea this was going on. I can only assume maybe the bizarre. Yeah, I have no idea what's caused that. But yes, the Hungarians are a part of the fold, which is good. And we've got a massive invasion here now. Yeah, the Soviets are attacking there. The Americans are still holding this line. And the plan for this episode is D-Day. So for D-Day, here is the plan. I have forces based out of Dover, forces based out of Hull, and forces based out of Newcastle. Although the Newcastle forces are just like follow-up reinforcements, as are the ones in Hull. Now, for this invasion, I have assembled 600, over 1 million men for the invasion, and this is going to constitute our first wave down here. I've assembled all the Canadian and Marine divisions, and they will be landing. Now, I'm debating whether or not to land at Hamburg or Bremerhaven. I think we'll land at Bremerhaven and Hamburg, and then also try and take Wilhelmshaven. Purely because if we can take all of these northern ports, these are all extremely high-level ports. Especially Hamburg. So we only need to take one port, and then we'll be right in the German heartland. And then from there, I'm going to try and bring a line all through central Germany, pushing up towards Rostock and then holding just outside of Berlin. And then I'm going to strike, I think, towards the industrial centres of the Ruhr over here, and then also towards Berlin. So hopefully I'll be able to hold a line sort of like this. So over the Rhine and up to the Oder, like so. And I think with 1 million men, we can probably handle that. Now, they'll be aided with our brand new command capital ship, the Implacable class. Several of these auxiliary vessels that are purely just ferrying troops in the second wave. I've pulled back lots of battleships, so we have all of our Revenge class battleships. The Renown is leading a destroyer squadron. The Warspite, the Valiant, the Queen Elizabeth, and elements of the Home Fleet, including our command battleship, the HMS Vanguard, which is a part of the Vanguard class of ships. And as I say, we're all going to be landing in northern Germany here. Now, for air forces, I have dedicated 45 fighters to this, along with a few tactical bombers, not many, 27 strategic bombers. We have some naval bomber support, but these are just sort of my superfluous units. But the supply transport ships might be quite useful. And then finally, as a follow-up, I've got another 2 interceptor groups here. These are the guys from Norway. But we've also got several fighter bomber groups that I've just moved up. And I'm going to try and take some decent-sized airfields. Hamburg has a level 6 airfield, Wilhelmshaven has a level 6 airfield, but I'm not sure where the next major airfield is, to be honest. I mean, this has got to be, Kessel has got to be a big target, and then probably Brandenburg as well, if I can get to it, but those two are pretty large airfields that I'm looking at enviously, thinking it's probably a good idea that I try and take them. But yes, all of our bombers have range to attack all of the targets up here, but we're going to need to take some air bases to get fighter cover up in the air. And I've also put down a huge network of resistance groups, purely to just do a little bit of interdiction if necessary. It's going to take them a while to build up, but hopefully they can do that. There was a little landing here by Australia, but it failed epically. And I think this is sort of a weak spot. There's not many coastal forces. There's, you know, no coastal forts there. No coastal forts there. They've only got coastal forts in Wilhelmshaven itself. So let's jump on in. Let's get involved. So I think we're going to put our screens up first. So let's put the home fleet out. And move them directly to where we expect them. And then let's put our... Yes, here we go. So the reserve fleet, we're going to have them patrol directly north. And you are all loaded up, except for you. No, they're not loaded up. Right, let's load up. Sorry, I've got some extra troops that I need to put in. We'll put in all the motorized units, I think. Now, production-wise, I'm not producing much. The only thing that you did miss off-screen was that I have managed to build a nuclear reactor in Wrexham. Because where else to put a nuclear reactor other than Wales? So that's good. That's positive. Hopefully, if I can build a second level of it and maybe get my tech up one more, I can start making nuclear bombs. So Britain will be the first nuclear power in my world. Let's get our ships into position. Medium velocity gun has increased. Oh, and another underground resistance network. Let's base that in Lyon. And that's a 45 tech, so we don't need to be doing that. That's a 46 tech. So that means we can get, yep, medium armor designs, heavy armor designs. We've only got 100% on the old officer ratio, so I might need to look at that and adjust accordingly at some point. Right, and now I'm going to launch the actual invasion now. So the Warspites fleet has the Marines and the assault craft. I think they should land in Hamburg. Perfect. Now the other fleet has landing craft, which are carrying Canadian divisions, and I'm going to land them like so. Right, let's get them going. And I think we should start our bombing campaign. So let's take you guys and do a little bit of softening up. Now, they don't have any coastal defences here, but they do have, I think, forts. So you know what? We're going to do some... Maybe not logistical bombing, maybe strategic bombing as well, maybe not. Do some ground attack. Now, I know these guys aren't the best for that, but carpet bombing is the name of the game. And then let's do a little bit stronger carpet bombing ground attack here. And then let's just make sure that we can see the effects of this. Doesn't look like we're being attacked. Yeah, the only other thing you missed was there was a fair amount of convoy interdiction duties where we sunk a pretty sizable amount of the Japanese submarine fleet. I've kept our fleet in dock to try and save on fuel because, you know, we don't want to use too much fuel. We lost another sub there to a couple of destroyers. It was disappointing. here we go. On our way. The first boots on the ground that are British in... Well, I guess we're in Finland, and we were in Italy. The first group of units that are going to be touching down against the Germans on home soil. And this is Operation Cut the Head Off the Snake. Okay, so 10th Army landing here. Another underground resistance base. Right, and we're wasting a little bit on production again, but not too much. Let's bump it into supplies. A few more destroyers coming online. We've got a division here. We are breaking it by the looks of it. Perfect. Right, let's... Wow, they've already taken a hammering. Let's try and get some air cover going pretty ASAP. So right now we don't have much. Now they will have supplies for 35 days and 35 days respectively. Let's just land, get a foothold. Beat back that garrison division. Right, and that's forced them back. Commit these Canadian divisions. Very good. Move the 10th Army back one step. And take Kiel. Now we need a port. Now, we're going to hold these ships in reserve. We're going to hold these back because we are going to offer shore bombardment bonuses to our units. Let's get up to a full 50% if possible. You know, every single little buff that we can get there is going to be important. Overall, this is going relatively well. This was sort of what I wanted. We don't actually just hold you. And let's make sure we take Kiel. Perfect. Okay, so we can use this Canadian division here and then reinforce this attack with these divisions here. Another destroyer. I do have these divisions here, but I haven't got enough transport planes to actually land them, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. 46. Advanced armor designs is 45, so they're all fine. That's 45. Nuclear research. Okay, here we go. Back onto capital ships, so we can put all of these attacks going. We're being attacked in there again. I'm not too worried. We desperately need to take this port. There is actually a land connection there, so we can take this port. Okay. So we've engaged some troops in Kiel. Okay, they're retreating. Right, we've just won the battle. Right, we just took Hamburg. Okay, so we have some extra troops that I can load into there. Right, so you know what? We haven't actually brought those back. quick mistake on my part. Right, where's the assault? Yeah, these guys. Rebase. And then do a further landing, because this looks like it's going to work. I didn't want to commit them unless I was certain that we were actually going to make some headway. And it looks like we are making a little bit of headway. And I am sorry for the Sci-Fi Rant episode last time round. Okay, so they should get there on the 24th. Mr. Brooks Dallas, hero of the Italian campaign, should hopefully get there relatively soon as well. And a heavy panzer division was not what I wanted to see enter the town. Although saying that, it doesn't look like there's much going on with it. Now, what would be nice... Aha! Right. Perfect. And how far out are you? A little bit. Let's start... I think bringing in these guys relatively soon. Let's get ready. 25th. Keep moving up the destroyers. And elite commando units. Side skirts are all fine. Let's go... Oh, so we've done that as well. These are all 46 level. Cemented armor up to its max. Fire control computer will get. And carrier damage control. And then carriers. I do have a super carrier actually in the build queue as well. As shown here. And another level of the nuclear reactor. I'll create another commando unit. I'm swimming in commando units, but... just need some air... Right, so we do have an airbase here. So, let's move over our first air unit. Didn't realise that was there. It's just a basic garrison division. I think I might go for another landing at Wilhelmshaven or Emden. Haven't quite decided yet. Can I take the whole of the 1st Canadian group? No. Okay, so let's take the South Africans. 1st Canadian. The 1st South African. And then, you know what? We will load up their accompanying HQ group. And then I think we will land in Emden. And how far out are you? They've made it in. Okay, so we have ports now. So this is a level 8 port, which can probably handle a pretty decent amount of supply. Let's have a little look at the supply situation. So, right now, the port here can ship 256 units of supply. So, let's move this first group up and do a little bit of transport. And then I think helping to support the attack on Hamburg wouldn't go amiss. We're going to wait for our reinforcements before we move out. We've got another 5 Australian divisions. Sorry, we have 1 Polish division, 2 Australian divisions, an Australian infantry brigade, and a New Zealand infantry division. We have a 9th Australian, the Welsh division, and Coombe Force, which is a veteran of North Africa. And then 2 semi-motorised brigades as well, or groups, sorry, not brigades, divisions. Right, small arms manufacturers increased. And we can get carrier techs up. Let's go for medium anti-air. Let's get the 44 techs. And we're doing D-Day a little bit ahead of time. And let's hope this attack on Emden goes relatively well. Right, I'm just going to expand into this province so we get over the river. And I think we're landing, yep, we're landing directly in Emden. Right, so that is going to free up a lot of German units down there. They just did a conquer. I didn't mean to cancel nuclear research. Right, these are all 44, so we can get all of these carrier attacks. Let's keep supply up. How close are you? Still fighting. I'm going to move this unit back. So we can move on Wilhelmshaven. And I'm going to hold you guys for support. And I'm going to move that unit up because it runs at 6 miles per hour. I'm going to attack there with you, and I'm going to move forward with you like so. And then we're going to support attack there, and then I'm going to commit all of the Australians immediately south, and I'm going to have the Brits start making their way around, because their units are relatively fast. Right, they are trying to move into Cuxhaven. So hopefully I don't lose this Marine HQ. I didn't realise they were able to move like that. Okay, armor plate fitness up to 46 levels. Industrial zone. Right, so we can do some more carrier stuff. Ah, we can get some deck parking and carrier angled flight deck. Nice. You know what? I might actually send... Oh, you've already moved. Ah, yes, because you're bloody fast as shit. I forgot how fast Coonforce was. I mean, 9.2. Very quick. Right, and we've done a little encirclement here. And we've managed to get another major airbase. So, let's move up some more fighters. Into that airbase there. And then Emden, you can support free. So, let's move up you as well. Okay. And now I can start putting up some air cover. So... let's go for air intercept all along here. Let's make sure our whole landing is subject to an air intercept mission. Ah, it won't have registered that yet. Well, in fact, you know what? Maybe we should just let them replenish. Can you go up? You know what? We're going to actually stop that attack. Harsh, 4,000 supplies. I think this is a case of so far so good, although they've left their positions. Happy days. That means we can start pushing over the river. Oh, yeah. Oh, they've left militia units. Oh, and they've actually left Pet Salmo free. Well, that's good. We can actually fully encircle them. Right, we lost the province of Cuxhaven. That's fine. finish off these infantry. And then let's repurpose you and have you attack like so. Got our first wave in. Let's get the second wave going. And let's get these guys, well, Emden, up towards Hamburg. Yeah, let's get this lot in here as well. Our ships are taking a bit of a hammering off the coast. But I can start putting up my... Let's put it up. Let's get it going. No. We're going to select single regions. And they're resting from the air intercept mission I just gave them. These guys are ready, so let's put them on air intercept. Another underground resistance network. Let's put this one outside of Paris. This is relatively good progress. Not perfect, but relatively good. Let's try and move a little bit forwards. Really, we just need to take Hamburg. And or Kiel. More fighters coming online. Just gonna hold them somewhere else for now. 46. Let's get the torpedo bomber focus. Oh, that's already at 46. Let's get the CAG bomber focus. And then we can look at Blitzkrieg again now. Right, got some air comp. That's not in the theatre that's important. What have we got coming towards us? A few divisions here or there. Hopefully this gives the Americans the impetus they need to actually move forwards. I want all of these troops to form up and head to the base where Coom Force is, because we're going to do a bit of an encirclement here. Right, we just won the Battle of Kiel. Abandon British equipment. No, no, no. You're not using our own tanks against us, you son of a bitch. Right, we're moving very fast. This is great terrain for a battle of maneuver. You just need to stop. Stop. And let's get Coon Force over the river because they move so quickly. Hopefully we don't crash. There we go, perfect. Struggling with supply a little bit, we need another port. But hopefully we're about to get another one. And let's use our air transport group for a little bit of... hello? You've got to have range, surely. Interestingly, they don't have range. Okay. Fine, game. I'm not using them for what I wanted to use them for. I should have checked that. I don't understand why transport planes don't have the range. That makes sense. Right, can you hurry up? In fact... There we go. Perfecto. There we go. Hamburg. Taken. I think that's called gaming the system there, but... Oh well. And I think that is pretty much everything, isn't it? Let's bring you guys back to do one more run. I still can't load you all up. Let's get as many divisions as we can and put them in Hamburg. So these are just infantry now. Oh, no, we do have a Polish tank division. It's going to be good having some Poles on German soil. The 8th. Still got a lot of units here. Ah, the 7th Armoured, the Desert Rats. It's a good division to get on their soil. Okay, so now we're onto their HQ divisions. So let's... yeah, that's everything. Let's bring them all into Hamburg. And at the same time as that's going on, it looks like the Soviets have just launched their big, massive Operation Bagration, which is massive for them. They get a lot of buffs. For some strange reason, we lost the effects of our popularity bonus right when we're invading Germany. Not sure that is how it would work, but whatever, game. Probably hear a lot of birds at the moment. I've got the window open, so I'm sorry if you can hear birds. But it's nice background noise, eh? It's probably quite nice for some people if you're sort of stuck indoors. I hope anyone that's stuck indoors just at least gets some time outside at least, you know, during this time. It's pretty rough. So we did lose our little group there. And I'm going to land you, I think, yeah, here. Get yourself in the port. And we did lose a few more resistance groups. Bust through that heavy tank division now. And then I want an encirclement of these two groups of infantry. Very good, we've actually broke them completely. So, the 5th. We are struggling a little bit here. You know, these are decent defences. But now we're in Hamburg. Just gonna turn that down a sec. Seems a bit loud, doesn't it? Okay, let's pay the industry, construct a new zone, and the 22nd is actually moving very quickly. Right, now that we've won the Battle of Hamburg, let's take any fast divisions we have. And move them immediately south to attack, yeah, that unit, force them out. And then we're landing an armoured division behind these groups here, and we're going to take out Flensburg, so there will be no Flensburg government in my alternative history. We're going to capture that twat donuts. I'm going to hold here. Oh, piss off. Whoa, we just got counterattacked. Germans are putting up a bit of a decent fight here. I'll give them that. Let's move you back on a strategic redeployment one, because you'll move lightning quick and cut off that cavalry division. That's very good. Holding off them there. Let's... So, are you under attack? We were under attack, but we managed to hold it. Let's take these Welsh and South Midlands and East Lancashire divisions and reinforce this fight here. And take out this Festung division. And then I want to take Kiel. Now, the Battle of Bremen is a bit of a pain in my ass. We're being attacked by a single infantry division. We lost the Battle of Emden. We're going to move out. Are we going to move them out? No, I'm going to keep them in position for now. And I'm going to move up all of these supporting units, like so. We're only being attacked by infantry and sort of basic units here. You're going to move out. The 7th Armoured is going to move out, as is these Polish divisions. Let's take that tank division and attack. Leave the infantry, everyone else move up. It's a very weak cavalry unit, nothing to really concern myself with. And apparently we just can't dislodge these German infantry divisions. Now, I can only assume that is because there's a little bit of a fort here. you know what? Just hold there and turn off the... yeah, there we go. Rather irritating. Keep building the networks. We formed a pretty consolidated ring all around here. Let's reinforce, and then let's take these marine divisions and just have them reach the coast. Speaking of which, you can support attack there. Perfect. Let's make sure that this gets done. Now, no one said this was going to be easy, but the more they break down, the better. And then I'm waiting for these infantry to arrive. 2 o'clock. Okay. We need to complete this encirclement, because if we can, there isn't much else that they're using to stop us. Right now, these 2 groups of units are what's causing us trouble. You can actually fall back. No, I didn't want that unit to fall back. I wanted the fucking... It's irritating. That's what happens when you have 100 things going on at once. Right, defense in depth. Oh, we've got a whole load of things. Right, okay, supply organization is good. Delay and diversion will take. Now, we can get the divisional command structure ones. I should have got them in 1943. I must have missed them. Just need to hurry up. There we go. And you know what? I'm going to take the 4th division and actually move you out. They're actually pulling back out of Hanover, which is a 35 level airport. Perfect. That's what we need. Take Lubeck. Let's just make sure we've got them all set up. Nearly taken Kiel. Very good. So far, other than the push out of Emden and the re-establishment of this connection with Wilhelmshaven, I'm relatively happy with our progress thus far. Although I am getting fed up with being repeatedly attacked here. Although John Crocker is doing a good job. Oh, and it happened again. For pity's sake. Oh. Every time I go over this river, the Swedes and the fucking Norwegians fail epically to defend it. Every time, without fail. You know, all you have to do is cover the flanks. Let's take all of you. Just converge on what's left of them up here. So they've got quarter Panzer Division, we'll take that. And we've got some decent percentages up there, not great, but decent. I think we are beating them back slowly but surely. Now, I have some armoured groups that I can just move up. And I'm going to take the 8th Army, bring them up to use as a division as well. Mr. Hobart here is nearly a level 6 commander. Now, considering he started at level 2, that's pretty impressive. Now, what wouldn't go amiss is maybe some American support with my invasion that I've just done. That sounds like it would be a great plan. Go for that port up there. That would be good. Just a bit of counter-attack. And weren't you? Yes, you were attacking there. Coonforce is doing a mighty fine job of just holding them in place. And speaking of which, I think we're going to take out another division. Very good. Now we can surround Bremerhaven and just finish the job. Right, so we've caught 13 divisions here. Mainly garrisons, but a couple of infantry divisions, plus the stuff that we've already destroyed, and an SS infantry brigade, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. We've got these tank divisions moving north just to do a little bit of cloak and dagger work. The real question is, can you get over the river? Looks like you probably can, because they're keeping their attack going. I'm going to use our marines to clear out Denmark. Let's break Bremer. Bremen has been a pain in my ass for too long. But now it looks like we're going to do a major encirclement. Or at least finish it. Down to 6 units. And I desperately want to take Hanover. So I'm actually going to move you straight in, which is quite quick. A single German infantry division has decided to pop up. I think I might try and retake Emden. It's either that or I land there. Okay, you're out of troops. I think I'm happy at the moment, actually. Let's beat him back. That Slovakian infantry division and that military police unit. Another RAF fighter squadron. Right, there's a little bit of hostile bombing going on here. But with the taking of Hanover, we can now move over. How many is in here? 30 wings! Let's go. Right, they're under attack. Although, we are beating them. Right. Perfect. Okay, so... air intercept. Let's take all of the land that we currently want to own and put it all on air intercept mission. Like so. Because we can win some air combat, hopefully. And let's finish off what's left of the forces in Bremen. Perfect. Okay, so we can hold. Let's reinforce down there. And send you guys up north. I feel like these guys have sat around on their asses for far too long. Let's take the ones that are most able to get moving out and move them towards Papenburg. Move out of our semi-motorized infantry divisions. First guards can counterattack, and then we can support it on each flank. Good. And we did re-establish our connection bridge here. Let's move our units back. One of their strongest units looks like it's about to kick the dust. We might have finally completed our encirclement of the north. It's only taken a couple of years to actually get them out of there. It's been the siege of Lapland. Okay, rolling artillery barrages, attritional warfare, artillery flexibility. Yeah, all the artillery techs. We want all of them. Right, naval stuff. 44 level. Right, we've only got a 99% officer ratio now, so we need to keep an eye on that. Supplies wise, we are still a little bit rough on the old supply usage. But we're able to move up our divisions now. And we sort of reached our objectives relatively quickly. We've reached our objectives by sort of when D-Day was expected. So I'm quite happy with that. That's positive. We are being counterattacked here by a German division. Move those infantry out. Keep the Australians back there. Still getting nice naval cover from our forces here. We can't land troops, but we can land them in Kiel, so we shall. Now it's going to take those guys a good week or so probably to get there. They do move very slowly. But we're spreading our resistance network quite nicely over Germany. Yes, this is what we wanted. Now hopefully someone else will do a landing, or the American... Yes, the Americans are pushing. Very good. And the Soviets are pushing as well, so we've got pushes on all fronts. That Polish brigade needs to just keep an eye on itself. It can hold there for a couple of days. We're going to reinforce actually here with this. And you know what? We can probably counterattack. Yeah, let's counterattack that Panzer division. Make sure that we cut off the Baltic. Let's liberate Denmark as soon as we possibly can. And our Royal Marines and Armoured Division are going to do very well here. And we just won the Battle of Brunswick, which means we've taken another airbase, I think, that's pretty strong. Yeah, 18 units. And how many can you hold? 3, okay. Not crazy numbers. Let's take the Guards Division like that. Let's take these guys here. Let's move Coon Force out. Semi-motorized infantry can move out. Counter-attack and take Emden. And now we are counter-attacking these panzers. Stupid military police unit needs to just die. And we are going to defeat them in the north, which is good. This northern campaign can finally be finished. And then we can turn these 3 extra infantry divisions towards the south and hopefully counterattack and finish off any... Ah, that's... Oh, we got some Hungarians, of course, because they turned against the Axis overlords. Well done, guys. Okay, so we just killed a midget submarine. Don't like the way that's going. Right, let's keep you guys to lock down this bit here. Let's take out this SS division. I want the stain of SS out of my map. There'll be no black SS divisions left. There's nothing up here. So, you know what? Let's take all of you, move you back south. Because we've pretty much taken out what's left of any troops in the north. Perfect. Okay, so you guys move up. This corps, move up. This corps, move up. Like so. Now get the hell out of Dodge. And this time we're going to use the transports, I think, because they have a much better transport range. And we're going to strategically redeploy them all. And then this is going to enable a push onto Berlin. Although, we could do some strengthening up here. So you know what? I'm going to send these guys like so. And you know what? We'll put an infantry division to support each one of our tank divisions. Like so, yes. Then that just gives us a little bit more strength and depth over there. And then I'm determined, I repeat, determined to fucking finish off this annoying group in Wilhelmshaven. Like, my god, they're holding out so well. They deserve a special commendation for how irritating they're being. But I do have some fighter bomber groups that I can dedicate to this task. So you know what? Go. Attack. Sort it out. And then, you know what? Take him out. There we go. I think that's done the job. We lost the battle there, but we can hold it. All of you can move up as well. Actually, you know what? You might as well stay behind. You might as well stay behind. And then second corps? Yeah, you can stay behind, but all of your troops can move up. Very good. Now, these guys are the survivors of Dunkirk. They've come back to Germany for righteous vengeance against for their fallen comrades on the beaches. It feels like such a long time ago from when I left Europe. Yeah, so this invasion's going relatively well. And we've nearly opened up the Baltics. Which would mean we could do a naval invasion of Finland. Now, Finland is relatively easy to knock out with a naval invasion. It would only take the invasion of Helsinki, Turku, and Vasa. I mean, Vilpiri's only worth 2, but what's their 93.1? So how many victory points do they have in total? They've got 1, 2... Well, actually, does that form part of theirs? No, that's actually Soviet territory. Okay, so they've only literally got these 3 provinces, and I could do a naval invasion quite easily. That's worth thinking about, actually. They are being absolutely ripped apart, which is good. This is what we wanted. So I can counterattack relatively soon with these guys. 7 hours. You guys, 1 hour. Yeah, you can attack immediately. Right, we're going to jump over the river. Everyone get over the river. That SS brigade stands no chance. I assume that this SS brigade is going to stand no chance as well. 18th Artillery Division. Okay, it's not really a division, but you want to call it that? You call it that. An SS Panzer Division. Decent SS Panzer Division. Being held back by a militia division there, but this SS division is going to break. What else have they got? The Soviets are pushing back on all fronts and they have retaken Kiev. Hopefully they can do an encirclement in the far north here and just cut off all of these troops around Leningrad. Let's get submarine crew training. You know what? I think this has been a success. Let's get to the end of June. And then let's give our units some extra support. These are all Australian divisions. Let's use the Polish to actually take Wilhelmshaven, because that gives us another port. We've taken Stendal. How are we looking against our objectives? We've reached all of our red objectives pretty much, just little bit of a holdout down here at Paderborn and Korbach and Kessel. But we're now onto our green objectives, so we're closing in on Berlin actually. And there is a lot of units in Berlin. Holy shit. Okay. And they've actually got strength left. Let's have a little look at the intelligence report of Germany and just see how much they've actually got to throw at us. So they've got a decent manpower pool apparently. But supply-wise, they're struggling a little bit like we are, but Japan's struggling even more with supply. That's impressive. Okay, so bombing site has increased. And we just lost a battle nearly here. How long? 5.5 against... Can you just hold just for a few more days? 27th. This SS Panzer Division has held us up. Yeah, whatever. Who cares if Lord Warhor is gassing on the blower? Okay, so this is the Armoured Corps. I also want to just put the transports in one big fleet now. Oh, stuff it. Yeah. Okay, can you all load up? No. Can just First Army load up? No, let's get all of these guys together. Yeah, they can all get on board. Infantry? Nope, you can't all go. How many divisions of infantry can go in one go? Obviously not that many. 2? Yeah, let's get 2. Right. And where do we want them to go? Hanover looks like it's going to be attacked next, so let's go to Hamburg. And then let's reinforce our front over here with more Marines. Right, just had a shatter, which is a bit of a shame. We won the Battle of Emden, which was a bit of a bastard, to be honest. We can now outflank that Slovakian division. And let's just hold on the river here. We're being attacked by heavy panzer units. The Germans are flinging pretty much everything they've got apart from the kitchen sink at this. There are a lot of units just hanging about. Just redeploy to there, please, armoured group. Right, and we have now taken Denmark back. So yet more ports have just come online. Once we take Wilhelmshaven, that will be even more ports. So light anti-air, that's gone up. As its bombing site. And commerce defense will get that. Our air techs are really lacking on operational level. And you know what? We've got enough spies. Let's take all of our spy stuff and put it in officers for now. Just to build up that officer ratio a tad. We just took Paderborn, which is good. We're nearly at the base of that river. Keep moving up. And then, as I say, I want to take Castle. That's a major airbase. Hopefully we can take... Okay, good. So I'm going to take the infantry. move them there, and then we're going to take one brigade each and move them like so, and then I'm going to support attack like this. And no wonder we got pushed back. What was pushing at us was the Greater Deutschland Division. But we now have reinforcements. So move up towards Hanover, please. Apart from you, which I will position just outside. Oh, and the armoured rat and the desert rats broke again. The one thing the desert rats do is break all of the time. And you know what? Those marines can fall back. Being attacked by several panzer divisions. So we've got the Lur Brigade and panzers attacking us. There's an SS Police Division, which is over here. I'm pretty sure that was... Isn't that the other side earlier? I could just be flat out wrong, but I'm 90% sure that was somewhere else a minute ago. They're being attacked from somewhere. The south. Whoop-de-doo. That's fine. They can be attacked from the south, it's not an issue. They're concentrating most of their defense on the Berlin front, leaving this side relatively undefended. Support attack there. I'm going to move up the Australians in this direction as well. And then let's take all of this armour. Counter-attack. 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 How long is it going to be before they can actually counter-attack? 10 hours only. Not long at all. And we're counter-attacking with some of our best armoured divisions, which is good. There we go. So the Greater Deutschland Division, which has, you know, got a lot going for it, but against this weight of forces, it will crumble very quickly. Support attack there. We're nearly at the end of the month now. Very close. And in the space of the better part of, you know, month and a half, we've taken pretty much all of northern Germany, which is really good. That was the minimum requirement. So I'm glad about that. Magdeburg. Magdeburg's the last stop really before we can reach Leipzig and Dresden. What's facing us here? Nothing particularly. Let's go like this. These field defense divisions just aren't going to do anything. And we crushed the Greater Deutschland. Perfect. And the RAF seems to have a little bit of air superiority going on, which is even better. Nearly broken through that Slovakian division as well, which is good. We've got our motorised units making their way south as well. Canadian Corps. In fact, that Canadian tank division could be very useful down here. Counterattack is coming thick and fast. And there we go, guys. I'm going to call it an episode here. So thank you very much for watching this first episode of the D-Day. In this episode we accomplished a lot. We took Denmark out of the equation. We also finished up the encirclement in the far north, which freed up troops to hopefully attack in the south towards Finland. Now, we can start prepping a naval invasion of Finland maybe in their key victory provinces and knock them out of the war, I reckon. And in fact, I'm going to add a puppet war goal, if I can. Nope, I can't. To take them out of the equation. Because right now, they are holding down a pretty sizable chunk of Soviet forces. If we were to knock them out, then it would probably aid the Soviets a lot in their reconquest. The Soviet front is progressing, but it's moving quite slowly now. But against the Germans, we are doing a bloody ripper job of just forcing them out of their heartlands. We haven't taken any major industrial centres yet. I mean, I guess we took Brunswick. Hanover is quite a major one, but it's this area of the Ruhr here. All this, if we can take this, it will cripple them economically. And then the same thing if we can take this as well. These two areas combined, this whole middle section of Germany, you know, it's going to really suck for them if they lose all of that. And then, really, elsewhere, they haven't moved any more troops off the German frontier like I was expecting them to be honest. Where there's sort of issues, or at least where I'm expecting the most problems, are all along this front here. They've positioned a pretty decent amount of troops to head us off. Less so against the Dutch and in Denmark. Sorry, the Dutch and in northern Germany. But you know, we can keep forcing them out. It's all about different support attack options and just holding your line. And we also have another few more divisions, another 3 divisions which we can implement somewhere. I'm thinking, yeah, down here in the south again. So thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thanks again. Bye-bye.